6 left, and none of these are getting paid for table time, but they're all still hanging around. Dave Gregory with the nose in front, and Sylvia's done well to stay in touch here.
Yeah, she got unlucky with her pair of tens, and she could have lost a hell of a lot more money, but I think she just needs a few good hands now.
Action on Dave Gregory under the gun. He's in first position. 400 pounds to call. Renee Morrison's got the big blind out there. And Stuart Grant, who has shown no signs of folding up shop. He's been on the arm half the times he's raised tonight.
1400.
He just keeps pounding away, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think sooner or later he's got to be careful. He could come up against someone who's got a hand, and then he's got to think, if they raise him, what's he going to do?
Yeah, well, Trey put the moves on him earlier.
Fair
He
warning.
laid it down. Oh, that's a big hand.
Wow, there you go.
3,400.
Very quick
3,400 total.
re-raise from Lawrence.
3,400 total.
Yep.
And it's 1,400 plus 2,000 more. It's almost an inviting little re-raise.
I think Stuart really has got to think that he's losing here. I mean, I'm sure he's going to fold, but
And Lawrence will be
Okay,
committed for all his
3,200.
chips right now, you'd have to imagine.
Pass.
Oh,
Wow.
boy.
oh,
Well, now we're seeing heads butting like a
Yeah.
bash farm, and
It's
quick
an
to the
all-in.
center, all in,
All in,
a
eh?
silent all in for the Great Dane. And
I think this will be called by Lawrence.
Stewart's lost his rubber band. He says,
Well, I predicted I was going to be first down.
I raise
Careful.
it. I get re-raised in 2 spots. Lawrence Fry knows he's behind. He's not as far behind as he might think. Kings or aces he'd be in deep doo-doo against. But as it is, he's only
The
a
classic showdown.
slightly under 50-50 pocket pair against the ace-king.
He's not to know that Stuart had a king as well. And also, I think Thomas Trey folded a king as well. So that's 2 kings gone, 2 of his outs have gone.
Right. Lawrence Fry will need to hit an ace on this board. There is 1 king out there. There's 5 cards coming. Player all in. And that is no help, although a 5
Need a
now
5.
would make Lawrence the straight.
Or another spade would be great for him as well. Then he'd have a king flush draw.
10 cards.
Smoke him if you got him. Lawrence knows how to
One
count his
runner
ounce.
spade.
10
10
cards
one runner spade.
will make him the winner, although 2 kings are dead.
Another spade would be even better for him. No?
No.
10.
He's down to an out and an elbow here.
He needs a 5, a king, or an
You got
ace.
to win these if you want
Otherwise,
to return.
Lawrence will be walking, I'm afraid.
It's a long way to Mississippi from here. Here's the river card. 8.
Oh.
It's a spade. It's no good.
Oh, it's kind of down. I guess you got me covered, Donnie.
Queens hold up.
89.
They're going to count it down, but as Lawrence has said, he is out-chipped, out-stacked, and out of this Poker Den tournament. Looking at that hand again, the classic Hold'em matchup. 2 queens against the ace-king, but the board was raggedy, and 2 queens held up, sending Lawrence Fry back to West Point, Mississippi.
102,
6th place is the exact same payout as 2nd on this partypoker.com Poker Den. So there's no sense in hanging around. And Sylvia, who's been very tight up to this point, she'll be in the blinds the next 2 hands. She's got this hand to decide if she wants to get a move on. And, well, you got to think if she picks up anything playable, she may just stick some money in the pot. That's not very good.
No, she's just not getting the run of cards. There's nothing she can do at the moment. There really
Pass.
isn't.
Karma suited for Dave Gregory. 5 deuce of hearts. And his MO, he did some torture with a 5-4 hearts earlier, but this time passes. They may just fold around to Trey Brabham. It's one of the nicest pots there is to win when they fold around to you in your big blind.
Right.
Oh my.
Well,
Raise.
it's a classic small blind raise. And if Trey comes over the top,
total.
16 total.
which I don't think he will, I think that Stuart will probably take this pot here and now. I like to see a bit of re-raising these competitions, just to see where you are. You might lose a bit of money if you get re-raised again,
Oh.
but you can...
All in!
Oh, here we go.
I mean, I was just how great is Stuart Grant to raise with a 3 deuce, but Trey Brabham, he's felt something here. He thinks that Stuart Grant is at it, and he's right. and he's made the all-in re-raise with the jack high. That's gotten it.
Fantastic. He's seen 3 people fall behind him. He's seen Stuart raise with the small blind, and he saw, you know what, you're bluffing here. I'm going to stick my money in and see how you get on.
Talk about following your instincts. We've got a player here. Trey Brabham from Austin, Texas, making the jack high pay. Late night and quality poker live action here, and Stuart Grant there has slipped to the bottom of the leaderboard. And Michael, he was looking at Trey Brabham like Trey was a cookie jar, but Trey showing him only broken glass. That was a huge hand.
Exactly. I was just going to say, he got his hands caught in the cookie jar there. I think he's tried 2 or 3 times that move, and twice he's been re-raised, and that's great play by Trey. It really is, and I think Stuart's going to be a little bit wary now.
Those are the kind of plays you have to make. The re-raises if you want to win 50,000 pounds. But we're 3 and 600 here, and Dave Gregory, who's watched the action dance around him for a couple rounds,
Cool.
Cool.
is looking to get involved. But just calling, is that a little weak?
Well, he's got the little ducks. It's not a great hand, is it? But if he can just limp in, and if he hits the set, he's got a monster. If he misses, he folds.
Yeah, I mean, Dave Gregory does have 11,000 pounds, so 600 he figures he can well afford, I guess.
Oh,
Well, now Trey made a bit of a bluff raise, and now he's got the ladies. And how much is he going to raise? Does he want action here?
There's a call.
well, he's thinking if David's got an ace or a king, he doesn't want to see a flop. I'd raise a couple of grand, just to win the pot here and now. Because if an ace or a king
18.
comes, an ace or a
18
king
more.
comes down,
1,800 more.
that's a good
24
raise.
total.
Yeah, 1,800 more. About quadruple the bet. And that will put Dave Gregory to a serious decision, but it's not on him yet. First, Sylvia with the decision. She's got no decision. Her cards have been ugly like oysters so far this evening.
They have, but it's sometimes nice to have that no decision with your cards. It's better to have a no decision or a definite
Yes.
decision rather than an in-between. So what does David do now? Obviously he's got to fold. He's got to think his pair of twos are
Pass.
losing.
Yeah, his cards are gone. He slipped them in the muck. So pot to Trey, who, if things keep going the way they are, is going to be in the final frames of this. He's smooth sailing. So cards being spun around this table.
I'm liking Trey's moves. He's a classical guitarist from Austin, Texas, and he's playing some classic poker. He's no poker geek.
Yeah, he's very focused. Dave Gregory's done nothing wrong this evening either.
Pass.
And, well, Stewart's only down to 4,400. You
This could be an all-in move here.
just needs to make something happen.
Raise.
Raise.
Why not?
1,600.
Oh no, okay.
Well,
1,000 more. 16 total.
Giving himself a couple options here. And you wouldn't know what he's going to do if he gets re-raised here. 1,600. I think he's still got about 2,800 left.
Pass.
the thing is, when you've got the short stack, your opponents know that you're desperate
Pass.
and you're needing to steal
Pass.
blinds, and that you will go all in with semi-good hands. So that's not a bad play from Stuart. It's an indication that he's strong. It's an indication that he has a high pair or a premium hand, that he's just raised enough to get people out the pot, and he hasn't put all of his money in the pot.
Yeah, and there's no give up in Stuart Grant. I mean, when he won the Poker Den a couple weeks ago, he was down to the cloth virtually, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was down, and he was in the same position as he is now, and he came straight back.